Right, we are live. Jackson, do you want to host this episode?
The fuck for? What? Why? No.
I knew that. I knew that'd get you. G'day, everybody. Welcome back to the Aussie Minifan show. I'm joined by Jackson, co-host of the Unrelated show. G'day, Jackson. How are you?
Good. How are you? It's a nice sunny day out, so it feels good.
Beautiful summer here in Australia at the moment. Very, very hot. Great conditions. Everyone's at the beach. Suck it, all you Americans suffering through winter. Jamie, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. Exactly the same as Jackson. I was in the water after work today. Looking forward to going back in there again a bit later. But yeah, it sucks being in winter right now.
You don't live near a beach, do you, Jamie?
I live in Cronulla.
Oh, I thought you were in like Barrel or something.
No. I'm Cronulla. Beach is
okay.
200 meters that way.
Yeah, right. Okay. Beautiful. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Walked out of work, went straight to the beach with a mate, come home, get ready for this, and I'll go back to the beach later today. Can't wait.
What's the weather there today?
What are we
looking at?
25 degrees and it is pure blue sky out there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful. Excellent. What a way to start talking about the weather. That's what you come to the Aussie Minifan show for.
Oh, they're in winter, mate. They just need to experience that nice warm conditions.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is as well, like we never get a winter like in New England. I know. Jackson, can you stop playing with the fucking football?
Oh, sorry.
Hear you tapping on that fucking thing. Jesus.
Right.
Fucking gay FL.
It's actually it's an NFL ball.
I was going to say, that's a pigskin, right?
Yeah.
Either way, it was an annoying noise. But yeah, we don't get the big winters. So, but yeah, I was saying earlier, like in one of my other shows, that Christmas may be a bit different here in Australia than it is in the States because it coincides with summer. It becomes, sort of an annual time of the year when everyone shuts down. A lot of businesses shut down for a few weeks. Whereas, like it's like in July in US or in London or in Europe where everyone just checks out and goes on holiday, or August, whatever it is. So Christmas is a real like downtime here, not just the public holidays. Even though Jamie's just told me. Sorry, Jamie, actually, that was very inconsiderate because people don't realize just before we jumped on, Jamie said to me that he's been working like, multiple 3 a.m. shifts in a row.
Today was day 8 of 10 straight. So
day 8 of 10?
Yeah. New Year's Day is my first day off.
Is that why you got sunnies on? Because you're just so goddamn tired?
Yeah, my eyes are dead. Oh, sorry. The second is my first day off. Fuck. God damn it.
So you've got to start on New Year's Day at 3 a.m.
3:02, I think I sign on, yeah. I get all the drunk people to take them home from Cronulla. Yay.
Yeah, what are you going to deal with? Is it like people trying to, hold the train up, holding doors open?
Yeah, a lot of piss, a lot of vomit, occasional shits. It's fucked. Wow. I hate it.
Who cleans that?
Cleaners.
Okay.
I just drive. There could be a carriage full of shit. I'm still driving. I'm still getting.
Yeah, paid. But when you finish your route on the train, you've got to get from one end of the train to the other, right? So you got to walk through all that shit, or do you get off?
Walk along the platform. Most places is a platform, so I got to deal with the drunk idiots. Like, I'm in Cronulla. I'm supposed to be in Penrith. It's like, well, that's your fucking problem.
And I bet
no one knows how bad that is, but even Jackson doesn't know how bad that is.
I bet there's a lot of when you get to the end of the line, people have just passed out and wake up and go, "Where the fuck am I?"
That Penrith thing is not a joke. We've had it heaps. They get on the train at like King's Cross. They're supposed to get off at Central or Redfern to change, and they get to Cronulla. It's like, where am I? Oh, you're at Cronulla, mate. It's like, oh, fuck. I'm supposed to go to Penrith. It's like, well, enjoy the sleep. The train leaves in 2 hours.
And that's like 2 hours, isn't it? Like, what's the difference there?
On the train, probably like 2.5 hours, to be honest. But when they usually get back to Cronulla, it's the end of the line. Like, the trains are done at that time of night, so they wait until the first train out in the morning. Suckers.
I just saw Face the Facts as doing a show in 55 minutes. Is he retarded? Like, has he not worked out yet that no one wants to hear from him about anything? Like, he's never said an interesting thing in his life.
He talks a lot.
Yeah, he talks a lot of garbage.
I thought he was good on the show.
When he was on the main show?
Yeah. I know that was like...
Yeah, because he can talk, but he was boring. He was so boring. Like he was fine. He was like a 5 out of 10. He wasn't entertaining, but he didn't freeze up completely.
Yeah.
But, you know, he started off by talking about, you know, in great detail what it was like to shake someone's hand. And
these are the important things you need to know. Like people like us who, you know, I mean, Mendes has been over there, but I don't know how to like what it's like shaking those Minifan's hands and Kirk's hand. Not that that will ever happen.
And saying hello to them and them going, oh, Jamie, aren't you the guy from the Aussie Minifan show? Yes, I am. Aren't you the guy from Twitter? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, we both like Kirk Minahan. Oh, nice to meet you. That was the story we got from
What a world.
Timothy Fax.
Then I go to the next person, then the same thing.
I feel bad for Fax, though, because he cops all this shit for Mike and the Minifans dying. That's not on Fax, is it?
No, absolutely not. It's on John.
I knew that was coming.
But it is. It is. I mean, it is on John.
I mean, you can't really deny it, eh? Like, he's the one who's supposed to organise guests and stuff. Fax just hosts, so.
No, but the show was going great when Joe was producing it on this network. John stole it with BA and Kirk, and the thievery ended up in the show dying, so fuck them. But anyway, peace is at hand. I'm leaving the past in the past. I won the war, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, but have you made any progress on your reconciliation? Like real
absolutely.
Progress, not just getting rid of Pat and Cat.
What do you mean? Absolutely. I'm well, we can talk about it now, but and there's lots of questions about it, but I'm going to say, I said, I'm respecting the fact that, you know, Justin's probably just off on holiday at the moment and Cullinane would not reply anyway, but, you know, I will facilitate getting access to the other channel to be able to stream shows on that channel. And more than happy if you want the Aussie Minifan show to move to the main channel and we see if we get a few more views. Happy to do that. I think that's you can multi-stream if I do that because I'll be able to just multi-stream to 2 YouTube channels. But I think you may as well just do it in one place. If you're going to,
don't you think that's silly?
What?
Yeah.
Like, just why doesn't it go back to putting it all on this channel like it was and having the other channel for KMS?
Just the main show, yeah.
Well, that would be fine if Kirk, Justin, and those two want to do that. I would be more than happy to bring everything across back here. But I'm a realist. There are 20,000 subscribers on that other channel. If someone wants to go there and try their luck on the official channel, I don't want to stand in the way. You know, this is a new phase of my leadership style. I want to.
Yeah, but you just want to claim all those numbers.
What are you talking about?
You want to claim all the viewership. This is a clout thing. You want to get all the viewers on the other channel.
What are you talking about? I'm going to keep Mena's live on this channel. PRC is staying on this channel. Kane's going to stay on this channel. I don't think the other channel is very good because they don't promote anything. The way the channel's set up, if you go there, the network content is buried. Like no one is going to scroll down to the bottom list to see one of those shows. Plus, I think the brand of the network content on the other channels suffered. You know, I don't really want to be associated with my show and some of those shows. But you know, if you and Tim, for example, Jackson, say, look, we want to put the Unrelated show back on the main channel, maybe it's good for your brand. I'm not going to stand in the way of that. So that's what's the future. I'm going to get control, be able to stream to both. Yeah.
Are you going to be able to keep? You're going to be able to keep a lid on it, like rather than last time where Kirk took the channel off you? Because is there any worry that you're going to lose it again?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yep, I don't think so. I've already made positive changes. I've added to the cast of Drips in the Office, and people are saying I've axed Pat and Cat. John jumped at that chance. Go back and listen to the audio. I said, maybe we can do something with Pat and Cat. He was like, yes, let's just release the audio because Gilroy's a fucker. So
it's true.
Jamie, I've got a thought for you. Sort of listening to this whole Gus best of bit, I'm just sort of thinking it's kind of typical that KMS would end on a recycled bit. Like we all knew what was going to happen with Gus. We all knew he was incompetent. So why did they go back to the well again? Like we started 2024 with that, and now we're going back to it to end 2025. Like why couldn't there have just been some effort by the producers to give us some good content while the show was off? As I've said a few times, I don't even know if you need a classic best of, but you could have cut up 4 or 5 of the best shows from 2 or 3 hours to an hour and screened them every night while they were off. There's so many things they could have done, but instead their idea of content is just, dredging up an old joke.
Yeah, it's a weird one that they would let Gus actually do that. Like, it was funny to think about, and hey, maybe he'll do it. Oh yeah, and every time they'd reference it, it was like, oh, he's making progress. Yeah, no, he's asking for stuff. It's fucking Gus. He's gonna get stoned one night and forget all about it, and then a week later come back to when it's too late. We should have had this fucking thing like a week ago. This is bullshit. It's the 30th over here, 29th over there, and we still don't have a fucking year in review show. Like, he's hopeless, that bloke, man. How does he deliver packages?
Yeah.
Takes one puff of the joint and he's like, fuck, where am I going?
Yeah, because he doesn't have to do any research.
Yeah,
no, you just go back.
But I think actually when you're just as brain dead as he is, delivering packages is perfect. You just go one address to the other. In a computer, he doesn't have to do any thinking.
True,
like
it
AI
tells him where he's got to go.
Yeah, and AI would give him the best route and, bundle the sub. Like, he wouldn't have to do anything.
True, it's probably a good job for him, but not creating a year in review show. Like, I mean, the way I sort of looked at it, I could do it because I listened to every fucking episode. It's just, oh shit, that's pretty funny. You clip you take timestamps of every funny bit or good bit, like that shit from Justin and the Teen Titans episode. That's probably my favorite episode of all time now. That's just fucking hilarious. So many good drops. It's insane. But like, you just take timestamps. Like, that was a really good bit. And as you go, if you realize you've got too many, then you start ranking them down. You're like, all right, well, yeah, this was really good, but this was fucking really good. So you just bounce it out. And then eventually you have 3 to 7, maybe 14 hours of good quality KMS content. I mean, them joking about, hey, it only needs to be 3 or 4 hours. No. You're gone for 2 weeks. Fucking that thing needs to be 17 to 20 hours at least. That's how much good quality content there is. And I don't care if you break it up into daily shows. Like, this is January to March to June. Like, do it like that. Like, in different drops, not like all in one 17-hour podcast. Like, but to put it on
Jamie, that would need planning, forethought, diligence, competence, and these are the things KMS just thrives on not having. Like, its whole mantra is not having those things.
Kirk has it. Kirk's thinking way ahead.
Sorry.
Well, because he gave Gus the best of. Like, we didn't have one last year, and he was basically saying we're not going to get one again this year by giving it to Gus.
Dumb question, but why leave it to now? Like, why not? Why isn't this? Why haven't you been doing it? Like, compiling it all year? I don't understand.
I thought he was.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about, Jackson? Why? What? This is Gus we're talking about.
I know.
He couldn't do anything when he was working full time at the show. Do you think he's going to be able to do anything when he's not? And anyway, it's not about Gus, because I like Andrew. It was actually, when you go back and listen to the early shows of him getting fired earlier this year, it is pretty. Like, Kirk was
fucking brutal. Like,
Kirk should have just manned up and fired him. Like, it's actually a lot weaker what he did, because he just made this poor kid suffer and then he pretends afterwards, oh, I felt sorry for him. Well, if you felt sorry for him, you should have just put him down like a dog, just said, don't come in anymore. I
feel like Coleman could have been fired for the same thing, because he was just as bad when it came to that. He just was better on the drops, so Kirk liked him, because he actually had someone who could do drops like Ken Laird.
I think he's just a better liar.
True, and he did love to pass the buck on to. Oh well, I talked to Gus about it.
Coleman was a very good producer, and therefore it just got to, whereas Gus had been on a bad run, so the best of was cherry on top. Yeah. Hey, get back to some show stuff, but I do want to play. So we put out a competition, and this will be an ongoing competition. So if you would like to be part of the Aussie Minifan show as a special guest, submit yourself doing an Aussie accent, and then when we've got a few, we will pick the best one, and you can come on the show as a panelist. But you have to do the whole show in that Aussie accent. That's the condition.
Correct.
Right. So we've got 3. We'll start off with, Tim Smith, who's an idiot. Couldn't, even though I told him to send it to me directly, he couldn't. And then, anyway, so we're going to play it through my microphone.
His sounds Kiwi. He's already out.
Yeah, let's have a listen.
Oh no, South African.
Oh, sorry, Tim. I can't do any preparation for the unrelated show again because I've got to do all my prep for the Aussie Minifan number one. Oh, no, where his manners now?
He still sounds like a pommy cunt. He can't lose that annoying pommy accent.
That's a South African accent.
That's a perfect South African, I think.
Yeah, it was a great South African accent.
It was more South African or a very old, English person. All right, and then we've got two more. So now this one's very funny. For anyone that's watched the Unrelated show, and I know that's probably not many people watching now because it's a very small audience, but the running joke is a lot of great feedback. Jackson's internet always doesn't work when he's on that show. It's working great now, which is fantastic.
That show.
I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because everyone's on holiday. But so here's PRC's Jackson impression.
Tim, am I? Oh, I love banana.
I love PRC. I just can't help it. I love the guy. Mingo's all in. He's a nutcase. And then we've got John in Warren.
Hello, Minis. First time, long time. Question for you. Is it true that you are trying to gain access to the main channel because on your network there is Kane is Able and no one else, and the main channel, the Kirk Minahan Show Network, has Fireside Chats, the best show running on either network? People are saying you're trying to gain control of the Fireside Chat IP. I'll hang up and listen.
Kirk?
That was supposed to be played on Mena's Live the other night, but John's so incompetent, he instead tried to play video of Luke and forgot about that very good video from John. So there we go. Well, I think we've got a clear winner from those three.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah. I thought PRC's I thought PRC's was good, but we need more from him. But it was a funny bit because it was a great bit. Like the last Unrelated show in particular, it's like every sentence of Jackson's has been cut off.
Great.
And feedback. Then, well, it's true. You can't help the internet.
Yeah.
I've actually said if you really want to fix it, you have to get Starlink, and that's what I would do. Like that might be the next step.
Is that available here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course it's available.
Well, crazy idea. Move to a state in the 21st century. Just saying, crazy idea, but come to Sydney.
I think I'm really just in a dead spot because I'm at the missus' house. You know, it wasn't as bad where I'm from. So anyway,
it's going well now.
What's it? Why didn't Mayo submit anything? Mayo's been going on about fucking joining the show for months.
Yeah,
now. Pussy.
You know Mayo. He's all talk. He's still reeling from his brutal performance last time.
I was actually listening to that before we started this show. That it was a tough start, but when Kirk comes in and just because there's nothing else to listen to, like I'm sitting there playing Madden, I need something in the background. Otherwise, it's just people upstairs running around. Hey, that was the most brutal start to a show from Mayo and old mate's brother, Will's brother, or whatever it was. That was just Kirk in such a mood. Then the police story calling him while he's out with Cade. Like fuck. But I thought Mayo did all right.
So. I didn't think he did. It was just for me. Normally, his annoying questions I'm kind of into, but these were just not interesting for anyone. Like it was peak Mayo being all about himself.
But he couldn't be super annoying because Kirk set the tone. I'm not here for your bits. So he sort of panicked and went away from any question that might have been a bit.
No, I don't think so. I think it was just he needed to vet those topics with me. It was like Kane asking Kirk if he's got cancer and, Mayo saying, oh, you should do more charity. I mean,
that's a rough one.
Yeah. And so just on John's question about me taking over the Fireside IP, I'm not jumping. John needed my help. I mean, I don't want to be lord this over him, but the other side of the street was struggling. John has come to me asking for peace. And I just did what's best for the Minifans. Swallowed my pride. I won the war. It's clear I won the war. Minifan Network has never been better. Star Maker, Star Factory. Look at Kane, PRC, Jackson. It's a star factory. So, I didn't want to, I don't want to be controlling. I just want things to be better for the Minifans, which is why I am making Freddie do it as Mike and the Minifans now. Now, there is some hypocrisy. I just said I'm not going to be controlling. But Fireside Chat is just Mike and the Minifans now. He can keep up with this charade, but he's doing Mike and the Minifans. It will be better for the fans if it's promoted that way. It will be more, we'll get more engagement. And I think Freddie should just be happy with that. And with that, we've said he doesn't have to change anything else. He can pre-record it. He can do it whenever he wants. He can pick his panelists. But Mike and the Minifans, the old version with facts is gone. It's on hiatus. I'd like to think it'll come back. But, yeah, I'm not trying to take control of anything. But good question from John. I obviously love working with the Drips. I've added to their show already. Matt from Providence.
Yeah, everybody loved that.
Yeah. Well, especially.
Yeah, so is it changing name, Fireside Chat? Because I'd like that name. I know you said you don't like it.
It will be branded as Mike and the Minifans when it's released.
I think that's a bad idea. I think Freddie's Fireside Chat is
I don't think you have good ideas, so I don't care. That's it. Mike and the Minifans has a history, and I don't want to change it.
It's a brand.
Here's Freddie Lee. Fireside Chat is not rebranding. That's fine,
Good.
Freddie. Call it what you want. When I put it on YouTube, it's going to have Mike and the Minifans. That's it.
Freddie Lynn's going to get a flag that says
say-
Fireside Chat behind him.
People say I'm a dictator. I'm just trying to do what's best for the Minifans. I don't even care if we call it Mike and the Minifans on the YouTube. Freddie,
So if you
it really means that much to you, Freddie, just keep pretending it's Fireside Chat. We all know it's Mike and the Minifans. That's fine with me too. I don't care. I just want a good show for the people. And I think it's kind of selfish, Freddie, you fucking android, that this could be something good for the fans. We're offering you assistance. We're offering you promotion, and you're digging your heels in to be a stubborn prick. This is why you're a problem on the top 50 panel, and this is why you're being a problem now. I've come to you with a magnanimous offer, and you're rejecting it. I don't know what I can do. You just keep doing a great show. That's the main thing. The other Mike and the Minifans is dead, regardless. Gone.
dead or hiatus? You just said hiatus.
Yeah.
Well, the old one is gone. I didn't say forever. But if it comes back, it'll be reborn with a new host, with a new production team. And it's up to the Minifans to step up, because there is a noticeable lack of interest in panelists coming on. I do think a Friday night doesn't help, which I think, what Freddie doing it on early in the week, I think is much better.
But how does that logic make sense when
Freddie Lynn,
popular?
Freddie Lynn. We don't even need to call it Mike and the Minifans on YouTube 30 seconds earlier. The only thing changing is the name. Easy to follow. Freddie, I'm responding to your comments. Because I'm trying to grow as a leader. You clearly, for some reason, are clinging onto this name. I'm listening to that. See, my ears are open. And I'm responding. If that's what you really want, as I said, I'm not going to be dictatorial. It's a mistake. You're an idiot, but I just want a good show. Sorry, next question. What were you saying, Jackson?
Well, another thing I was thinking is considering you're doing everything for the betterment of the show, and the network.
Humanity.
Is that why
I would say humanity?
Is that why you're putting yourself on the network every single night so far this week?
Oh, you're a fucking asshole. This is on the Menace Minifan.
I mean, you're having a Menace Freddy fight here. Why don't you just have a show tomorrow?
Well, I will.
Kane on yesterday. Who cares about Kane? What was that?
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? The show's off. No one's doing anything.
Mm.
2 nights ago, did a great Menace live. Last night, me and my good friend Kane jumped on.
Right.
Today's the Aussie Minifan show. Why didn't you say this to me when I organized? Oh, sorry, I get it. You're upset I cucked this show by doing a show last night with Kane because you're like a poor co-host compared to him.
No, it's just your fucking ball slurping all show. I mean, it was fucking sad.
Whatever. We make out sometimes. You've seen the video.
That's true.
Like-
That's true. Shout out Pat Ford. You're a big Pat Ford guy.
I'm sorry for trying to do something. Like, no one has to watch this shit. And it's
That's
the
true.
opposite of cloud chasing. It's not like I've been,
That's true.
hassling to get access to the main channel so I can go on the main channel every night. This has just been, it was a great show. It was a great show.
Right.
You
Yeah,
being
Don the
an
Jeweler
idiot.
says it in the chat there.
Don the
No,
Jeweler.
I agree. My
Yeah.
hair is on fire, Don. Thank you very much.
Deformed
And,
retard. Anyway,
And
what about
speaking
you guys?
Speaking of more shows, unrelated show again drops this week. We got special guest Beanbag Ron on this week. So we're recording Thursday night. That's going to be good fun. I think maybe we'll drop that. I mean, no Mike and the Minifan, so there's a little slot open. Save us 2 hours.
Friday night.
Yeah.
So that's a big show.
Could I give you a bit of advice? I would try and keep it around a 1 hour. Show.
We've got so much great content to get through.
But
You saw the award show.
You
The
don't.
award show was electric.
Like, I
For those
like
couple
you
people who
guys.
watched it.
I like you guys a lot, and you're funny together. But even for me, sometimes it drags on.
All right, noted. Thank you, sir.
Well, do you want me to just lie and say, yeah,
No,
do 2 hour
it's
shows?
fine. We
You
always
people
do.
are asking me, oh, why aren't more people watching it? Well, I would say when they see hour 45 minutes, they think, do I want to give Tim and Jackson that hour of 45 minutes? Or do I want to, you pick a myriad of, there's probably, 5 million more entertaining things they could watch, do, listen to. So you want to sort of start around that hour. And then as your audience grows and they become, what can we call them? What can the unrelated show fans become? Anyway, come up with a nickname for your fans.
Okay,
Then you start to extend the shows.
All right.
So KMS started off as an hour and it's got longer.
Was it ever an hour?
When it started, I think the first few shows were.
Oh yeah, that's Steve, but that's just boring Steve.
Boring Steve.
Second
What do
we
you
got
guys want to talk about? We've got some listener questions, but what do you guys want to talk about?
Well, the cricket is on right now, and I could just not give a fuck.
What's the score?
Right.
I have no idea.
It's lunch. It's a break. I scheduled this in the 40-minute break, but actually the MCG just broke the attendance for the highest ever test match attendance. So over the 5 days, it's the 5th day now, 350,000 people have been there to watch it.
I mean, that's
Is it
Melbourne
still going
for
to
you.
end in a draw?
No, Australia's probably going to win.
Uh,
Anyway, why are we talking about cricket? This is the
I don't
Aussie
know.
Minifan show.
We were pigeoned in the lunch break of cricket, so I felt like I had to mention it, even though
No,
I
it's
haven't
good you
missed a
did mention
second.
it. Yeah. I've positioned the TV so I can see it. And actually, I was watching the cricket yesterday while I was doing the show with Kane, so it did make it
makes
more
sense now.
bearable. That was even creepy for me when he did the lick thing. Like
Oh,
that. Like me, I'm a virile, healthy man, and I'm not afraid of those healthy desires that men and women have. But that was even just a step too far for me. Like, I didn't need him reenacting it.
sneaky horn dog. You know he's a filthy animal.
I think all Minifans aren't
That's
we?
true, actually. Yeah, that's true.
Pick one that's not.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a couple of notes. I mean, I was thinking, like, where do you think the show's going in next year? What about producers? Who's produced in the show? What's our outlook?
In an ideal world, Cullinane just focuses on the case, and we get Justin and maybe someone slightly more competent on the actual technical side of it to come in and help him. But
Like Mick.
oh my god, that would be the best. That would be the best. If the show wants to grow, Justin's just got to suck it up, because that's the best. Every time Mick's mentioned, Justin just turns into a puddle. Bring him in. Kirk needs to force him in there, pay him whatever he wants within reason, Mick, just to make Dave can just go do the case.
Now, I hate to do this, but this is a young Kane.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it?
Yes. Yes. That is a young Kane.
Where did you get that?
I will not reveal my sources.
Well, now that we know his first name.
When I saw that, I just pissed myself. He hasn't
Yeah, put that on the
changed.
screen.
Look at
No,
he's
not
got a
at
lot
all.
more hair there.
How tall
Yeah,
is
but-
Kane?
I don't know. We're usually lying down, so it doesn't matter.
How long
Anyway.
ago is that?
I don't know.
I don't think he's not that
10
old.
years
is he?
ago? I think
Yeah, I was
it's 10
gonna say
years
he's like mid-30s, like maybe 40, right?
ago.
Well, very nice of you.
I mean, with Minifans, you don't know. One of them could walk in that looks 56, like myself, and I'm 30. So
Hey, Nurse Kim's in the chat. Nurse Kim, I sent you a DM, which you haven't replied to. I've
Speaking of being
officially invited her on Minifandom. Yeah, well, that's what did you
smart move, Kim. Smart move.
Are you going to invite her on the topless Minna Lady show that you suggested yesterday?
No, because I'm not going to be on that.
Just
No,
in the
but
background
you
watching.
ladies-
Yeah, but you.
Oh,
You're gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
a producer, yeah.
Yeah, as if I'm not welcoming any woman that's willing to go on that show. Like
Right.
anyone, even anyone. I'm not going to point fingers, but
Oh, there was a name on his lips there.
Julie, he's even welcome.
Anyway,
Oh dear. Yeah, sorry. Well, back to your notes. I just you were talking about the producers. What?
yeah, I can just see this being a. He's muted himself. What happened there? I can see this being a. Cullinane leaves for a bit or whatever. It's the Justin show, and then Kurt goes calling Coleman back. That's what I think. And now it's just us two on the show. Have a look at that.
It's what the people want.
Hey, it's exactly
what the
right.
people want.
What's he doing? That's sus.
Time
Oh,
for
I know. He's fucking joking it, isn't he?
Well, he did just mention Julie and topless Minna Lady. So
Yes.
now we are back with the Jackson and Jamie college football.
Correct.
Talk better than
Is he
anyone
gonna-
else.
Is he gonna explain himself? What the fuck was that?
He thinks he's not muted.
God, he's a fucking nonsense idiot.
This is his job. Like he does this for a living, right? Like
Right. Oh, Kirk, give me a contract so I can fly over. Fucking idiot.
and have myself on mute the entire time.
Yeah.
Now he's not on mute, but we can't hear him at all. What the fuck?
He wouldn't even be able to break through the southern border. He wouldn't be able to figure it out.
This is his bit where Jackson now hosts the show, guys. Just in case you were
correct.
aware, like,
All right. Welcome to the,
Jackson's been making a power play.
Aussie Minifan show, yes. Yeah, so
As Don the
How's it
Jeweler
going
just
up there
said,
in
this is
Cronulla?
perfect.
tell
beautiful,
me more
mate.
about the Cronulla Sharks.
The who?
Isn't that what your fucking rugby team's called?
I
Anyway,
don't
who
care
gives a
about
fuck?
rugby.
Let's,
I don't care about rugby.
Can't hear.
Geelong Cats fan, mate. Like
What's he doing?
we could just hear him at the end there when he goes, "They still can't hear me." I thought he was doing a bit, like he was just purposely like muting himself.
What else? What else we got here? What's your thoughts on Mutt being gone now that we're a couple of weeks in?
I'm
I know
okay with
it's
it.
old news now.
I was
Yeah,
starting to get
that's-
frustrated on this show about it anyway, so he was just starting to become a punish, making me angry. So that was the best move for PGA Minifan or whoever it was, PGA 00, whatever.
PG-13, whatever his fucking name was.
Yeah, whatever
I mean,
it was. Yeah,
at first I was real like, this is bad for the show. This is like he's a top character on the show, but I think there'll be there'll definitely be a few shows where he'll be highly missed. When you have your fucking Freddy's Birdies and whatever shitty Mayo performance or whatever.
where you really feel like, man, Mutt could have been here. Like,
Yeah, those shows where you're like, fuck, it's been an hour. I haven't really laughed once, but we're gonna get a couple of those. But I think you could center like Mutt's return like around a live show. It could be an event, like it'd be a big deal.
yeah, we're gonna
will,
forget.
yeah.
Like, and
3
all of a
months
sudden,
in.
Mutt comes out at a live show, and everyone's like, "Holy fuck, it is! It's been
Correct.
it's been a year. Holy shit!"
Yeah.
A
you'll get, like, 2 or
parade?
3 people. It'll be something like that. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, a walk of honor or something. Something like that through a
The
live
biggest
show.
question is, will he have a job when he comes back? Shark Minahan. I want to see the Shark Minahan odds for that. Where's Mutt working? Unemployed. $1.10 odds for the Australian system. I don't know how they do it in America, but
Would you remember how he was going to take he was going to take a job for $15 an hour?
yeah, wasn't he in after he'd mentioned that and they asked him about it and he just never got a call back? That's like rough. That's real rough. Like,
How do you convert that? What's like, because obviously their money's a lot different. What's like $15 an hour over there over here?
It'll be like
Oh my
20,
God.
22
Have you heard
or
of
something
fucking
like that.
Google? You just put in
No,
Google,
but like
convert
but I think the
15
cost of-
US dollars to AUD.
Yeah, but I think the cost of living is all different. Isn't it all very different? Help me out a little bit. Why are you being a cunt?
I mean, it's work from home, so he probably has to pay his own insurance. So
Right. Boston's
I
not
think-
cheap, is it?
No, Boston's
imagine
sort
that.
of Sydney expensive. But I mean, I think there was a recent study that had, like Australia has like 2 of the top 5 most expensive cities or something, or top 10. So cost of living, it doesn't exactly convert dollar for dollar, but it's pretty close. Like,
Okay.
especially if you go out for dinner in the States and you're spending US dollars with the tip and everything, it's about the same as you'd spend here, dollar for dollar.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know who it was, which Minifan nailed it on the head, but the second they said he just doesn't want to be that guy where someone walks in somewhere and goes, "Hey, weren't you on the radio?" That is 1000% right.
Yeah, it was
Not
Ted.
No joke. Yeah, Ted. He nailed it on the head. He just doesn't want to be that guy, and that is 100% your future, Mutt. Like,
I think you got to take the opposite angle, though. No, don't you embrace that? Like, hell yeah! Like, what's going on?
now I'm
right?
working here at Lowe's with my.
I guess.
Hell yeah, I was famous on the radio, and now I'm
working at Kmart.
stacking shelves or something.
At Lowe's.
Right. I guess.
He had a fucking job at Barstool. The fucking idiot had a job at Barstool, but he chose to go with Eaton Shanders, the stupid dumbass. Like, what a fucking... That's... Oh, yep. I'm glad he's gone.
I can't...
Yeah.
Pretty forgotten about that fucking show.
He's such a dumbass. Like, I agreed to it back in the day. It's like, yeah, and this one's also a job that you'll get paid money. Like,
All right, I might get into the listener questions if we're just going to talk about 2-month-old stories. Tim Smith. Everyone on the MMN is roundly disliked by the masses except for Jamie and PRC. Wow, a bit of a shot at you there, Jackson. Is the move to your network the reason why nobody likes the Unrelated show, or are there other reasons why it's a sinking ship? I
Tim didn't ask that, did he? Did Tim really ask that?
Is he leaning that towards, is it Jackson's fault? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
No, I said it before. I think it could just be a touch shorter. I do think the internet has sort of gone past being amusing now. Like, it's funny sometimes, but then if it just keeps happening, then actually you just can't do a good show.
No, that's all right. I think I've sorted that out. But I think a big part of that, the issue with that show is people can't handle Tim's fucking accent.
Oh,
he's insufferable. Yeah, he's insufferable. So
terrible
I think
accent.
that is a big deal.
The fact that he won't show his stupid face on camera anymore.
Correct. Yeah.
But that Thomas Rosicky picture is pretty funny.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea who that is.
I don't know who that fucking is. I don't want to. It's great to have another member of the LGBTQI community on the channel to join PRC. So I don't.
Makes it diverse.
Yeah.
Can you dub in during the show next to his like little name here? Can you dub in like a little pride flag or anything? Or
yeah, I'm going to tell you both. I'm not doing any more edits for your fucking show. Like, just submit your show like a normal person. Like, it's not that hard.
Unless it's under 60 minutes, then he might.
Yes, then he'll consider it. But we are. Well, that's why we keep having on special guests, because I'm slowly trying to figure out who I want to have as the permanent co-host. So for now, Tim's he's holding the seat down, but we'll see how we go from there.
What about on the show? You talk a lot about your love life. How's that going with the new bird?
Well, funnily enough,
He just broke into her house. So
yes, well, she was busy doing some shit the other night, so I put on the network, and then she came in and said, "What the fuck are you listening to?" So I actually ran her through some network shows. I don't know if that's
was it Men is Live.
She wasn't a fan of Men is Live. She thought, you and who did you have on? I can't even remember. I think it was just you and John rambling. But guess who she loved? Who do you reckon was her favorite?
Bobby Costa.
PRC.
Ooh.
Big PRC fan. Yeah, so the Fry Challenge, Big Mac, loved PRC. Everybody else stank apparently. So, but otherwise, going back to she's from South Australia, which is about an 8-hour drive from here. So going there this weekend is to meet some of the family.
Wow, so it's serious.
Finding some good internet.
Wow, there you go. Big news, breaking news. Look at that.
Hey, this time next year, I'll have even bigger news. So just relax, right?
Oh my god.
Well, we
What's
know.
that mean?
Yeah, what is it, Jamie? You might get laid by then.
I'll be in Brazil with my missus this time next year. So she is Brazilian.
Right.
So
Great.
and not imaginary.
Wow, how long's that been going on for?
Actually, pretty much around the same time Jackson mentioned that he went on a date with a chick and they slept together.
Shit.
It was probably about the same time we started dating.
Really?
So, yeah. Almost right at the same time. So
You guys are killing it, slaying it.
Mm-hmm.
Inspired by Matt Carano, huh? You start yourself a little restaurant.
Jackson, I knew you'd found a keeper or just someone super desperate, because remember she logged on and watched the end of your drunk fueled Meeting of the Minds show, like at the end when you were like jerking off on camera and playing with your nipples. She saw that and she came back. So she's either hideously ugly or desperate, or just does she have like, I don't know, some deformity?
Correct. Yeah,
she's from Adelaide.
Something like that. True.
Well, yeah, Adelaide's the home of the
She missed
serial killers.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm getting fattened up.
Yeah, maybe you ain't coming back from this road trip.
Correct.
Secretly, Tim's paying her. Pretend you love him. Pretend you love him, and then when you get him home, just
yeah. Because that's the Adelaide, wasn't it, where they went into a house and found all these bodies in barrels in the backyard of someone's house.
What are you talking about? What's this? Is this that one from like the 60s or whatever it is?
Well, yeah, I think it is. Barrels.
They had the most serial killers per capita, I think, in South Australia. So,
yeah. Well, it's not many people there. Okay, the Snowtown murders, also known as the Bodies in the Barrel murders, were a series of murders between August 1992 and May 1999 around Adelaide in South Australia. Most of the bodies were found in barrels in an abandoned bank vault in South Australia.
But not too long ago, but fucking nearly 30
The
years.
case. Was it discussed? Was it found? Have they?
Oh, you're in trouble too, because it says the victims were allegedly pedophiles and homosexuals. Oh no, the killer believed they were, and that's why he killed them.
Lock me up.
Did they find the killer?
Yeah, he's locked up.
That means the whole unrelated show's in trouble.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
award-winning segment.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It says there's 12 victims. 12 victims.
They found the guys in jail.
Yeah.
Okay, so
but they said his family still lives in Adelaide, and they're having Jackson over this weekend. Yeah. Wikipedia. Nice. Wikipedia is very up to date.
We don't talk about Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom's in jail. He's been there for a while.
Yeah, can we an important question in the chat. What about Mena's love life? How's that
going? Really well. It's going really well.
Really? You still got your Asian fetish?
Yeah. I did connect with a lovely Asian girl on Tinder recently. But I'm at a different stage of life to you two. I've just come out of a very long-term relationship, so I'm very wary about getting into another relationship too quickly.
Right.
Not that I want to just sleep with a load of women, as you can imagine. That's always an option.
You'd want to do that
for me. But it's not like I'm just trying to womanize or anything. But I met a great girl. And you two is being dating a lot more than me. Like, you meet someone, like the first couple of dates, they seem normal, but it's usually by the third or fourth date, like the true self starts to come out.
That's me.
And I met this girl. We had a great time first few dates, but then the third and fourth date, she just all of a sudden became a bit of a psycho. As soon as she started putting out, she was a different person.
She doesn't like cricket, does she?
No, she's just controlling, so if you're trying to control someone after 3 dates, that's a problem.
That's a bit weird, yeah.
But she was way shorter than me, which I loved. She was literally a head shorter than me.
Jesus. I mean, I've heard of dating small people, but
yeah, and she wasn't a little.
So she was a midget.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we're all thinking, right?
Next question from Tim again. Kurt came on Gathering the Ghost with you and VD a few months ago. Well, Tim, I don't think BD and I have recorded a show for at least 6 months, and gave Menas credit for birthing such talent as Clemmer, Bellend, he puts in brackets, and Pat Ford, good guy, he puts in brackets. With the impending network merge, what can you do to build bridges with all the people you've maligned? I was thinking about this. I don't have a poor relationship with really anybody on that other network. I mean, for the shows that are still around, I think Robbie V and I have had our issues, but he's expressed a willingness to collaborate. Timeout talks.
He has recently?
Yep.
Robbie V?
Yep, absolutely.
Because he's been scathing of you recently.
I know, but he also understands that I offer real leadership. And he's actually you can lie all you want. His show was doing better on my network. Go back and look at the views. They have dropped off appreciably. No one gives a fuck about it. So yeah, I think things are going really well. I guess the obvious one is Pat Ford, where there's been some tension. Clearly he took me adding Matt and Providence to that show as a shot at him. It wasn't meant to be. But yeah, I think things are going well. I think there's no tension. Mick. Mick said he will not work with me. He's going to submit everything to John. Well, good luck with that.
I mean, he said that about Justin, but I'd love to see him go away from that and come in to the show and work with Justin. So maybe there's hope for you too, Menace.
Yeah. Patrick Pass. When the worm turns and Kane's multiple killings come to light, will you disavow your relationship with him, both professionally and sexually, or will you become the prison conjugal visit and jerk him off over the pants once a month? I'll hang up and listen. Also, you suck.
That's not hanging up and listen.
Yeah, no, it's the other way around. Also, you suck. I hung up and listen. But whatever. Look, if Kane did time, I'd be there for him in a number of ways. Yeah. Next question. Ted Sarandis. Was giving you back the network controls compensation for not being named first or second team or Minifan? I don't think it was compensation. We all know I was captain of the first team. What is your favorite parody account? Mine is Don the Jeweler. I don't have one, but do you guys have a favorite, a couple of favorite parody accounts?
I mean, Don the Jeweler is obviously a great account.
Yeah, I am a fan of Don.
Everybody, right?
He's just a good guy. I mean, I get on with PRC because we talk college football and unnecessary roughness in the DMs. So I like him too. So
who?
PRC.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I would say Shaq Minahan is my other favorite.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. Psychopath. I like a psychopath.
Yeah, Sharks had a stellar year.
Hey, I know he was ineligible, but man, he was a real good candidate for Minifan of the Year. Just the basketball odds to that, everything else since then. He stayed strong, he stayed consistent. I know he can't be because he's an odds maker, but man, he was a real good candidate.
Yeah, he ended up on the first team. He got his recognition.
I know.
Yeah, do you guys agree with me that Cinema Lords is a soft pick? It doesn't mean much when you give it to someone like that. Because objectively, he wasn't the Minifan of the Year. It was like, give the guy a cookie for being a good friend.
I actually just thought he was going to give it to Clemmer just to continue on the Barstool, like fans of the show, or maybe someone that we didn't know was a fan of the show, like a Tommy Schiavelli, although we kind of already know that he is. But to go an actual Minifan from the Twitter I like Cinema Lords, but it's a weird pick. I don't know.
No, I'm all for it. He deserves it. He's been involved the entire year and great work. I mean, who deserves it more?
He had the Steve from Gloucester beef as well and still fucking holds that grudge. Like, I do love that. As someone who does not like Steve from Gloucester, I'm all for it.
Yeah, he's Mrs. ex-husband and all that whole beef.
Oh, yeah.
Just a great hustle basketball player. I mean,
the Alice Shattuck bit where she complained about, I just think you need to have more motivation. He's like, I work 12 hours a week and make more money than your husband does on the radio. Like, what the fuck? What do I want? Like, come on.
Who deserves it more? I don't get it.
True. When you look back at his resume, it's a good resume.
I mean, great podcast. I've never listened to it, but I've heard it's really good.
I've heard good things. Yep.
Yeah.
He's incredible for basketball. Some good sound bites out of Josh because of him. Yeah. And,
okay.
Clemens not a fan. He's a colleague.
That's what I'm saying. It's a popular choice. It's like a safe. No one, everyone likes cinema.
You won 3 in a row, right? You couldn't have possibly won 4 straight.
No, I didn't want to win it again. I actually didn't want to win it. It's too much expectation to live up to. It's a burden.
What you really want is to be disappointing Minifan of the year. Like, shout out Dava, because it's only up. Like, he can only have a successful 2025, and I'm rooting for him.
He ran away with that as well.
His Wolves not beat the shit out of Tottenham this morning, but they gave you a little bit of trouble at home, Menace. So you got to be hating him.
Late equaliser.
And he's getting sacked.
Yeah.
What?
He's going to get sacked.
Do you think Dave? We're not talking about Ange. Do you think David will come back next year a bit more? Like he started to dip his toe in the water. Do you think he just sniffs a little bit of clout? Because honestly, he wouldn't be a bad third chair once a month.
Oh, fantastic third chair. He was great.
Him and Danny and Rick was great. I want to see Robbie V back in there too with Danny.
Yeah,
no way.
Honestly, I just like Danny. Danny's good in there.
I actually don't know if they should. I don't know if they should go in together. I think that's a bit of an issue.
What, Danny and Dave or Danny and Robbie V?
Danny and Robbie V, because you're two retards in together. It's tough for Kirk there.
All right, Mayo and Robbie V.
That's. I don't know what Kirk. That's the day Kirk jumps out the window.
Yeah, the second he says yesterday, all right, tomorrow we got Robbie V and Mayo, he's not coming in.
Yeah, I think. I'd like to see Dave come back into the world a bit. And I said he'd be good in there once a month.
At least slowly, get him on, get him back to Montante's world again to do his now he just does it with that. He doesn't do
Montante's world anymore.
I know when he does it with that fucking retard.
Who is it? But it's not even about KMS anymore. It's about conspiracy shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's that dude. So I don't even know his name. Channel Indigo. I listened to that for 5 minutes. And check it out.
Man, those guys back in the day were so weird.
We kind of lost Montante, haven't we?
Yeah, it wasn't his greatest year. They won. Like he won the election. I thought if
True, I actually forgot about that.
Kamala had won, I thought he would have gone deranged and we would have lost him completely. But he got the win.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's just sitting in his laurels.
In the end, Kirk broke his heart when he didn't give him a job. He crushed his. No, you're laughing, Jackson. You're laughing at Montante's misery. That shows what kind of say you are. But
he was the least qualified for the job.
No. I'm not. In reality, Kirk did the right thing, but he broke his heart. And since then, Montante's been a different person. Not so much a reality check, but he sort of. Yeah, I think a reality check. I'm probably not going to get a job in content. So I'm going to go back to working hard, gambling on football, and do the odd appearance in studio. But he's not quite as invested in the world as he was.
Oh, he'll be back. I guess, things happen. What's your thoughts on putting Justin in the, just the mainly producing chair and Montante sitting in there with the microphone?
Montante wouldn't move. Montante wouldn't move there for that second job, but I think it's a good idea.
Two best friends in the booth, but I think that's why he's taken a step away because his best friends just come out as a massive, massive pervert. He's probably just like, I need to just take a step back from this for a minute because the Teen Titans episode was not great for Justin. And I think Montante's just gone. I need to just. Yeah.
Who was it who said that was normal? Was it you, Jackson? Someone?
No,
said...
I didn't fucking say that. Was it you when people?
I was freaked out with the watching porn with them in the Teen Titans outfits. That freaked me out a bit.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they made it known who they were cosplaying as. I just the line "you don't have to come to enjoy Teen Titans" was all time.
And I think Ted really shone in that episode. Him just squeaking away for the last hour while that was going on. You need someone to sell the bit, and he was right into it. It was,
and he's a comedian too, so he knows how to go with these moments when they start to happen and roll with them and interject when you can, make it perfect. But Justin did himself no favors.
Yeah.
I don't think it's surprising. He's fucking 30 years old and he's gone to the movies to watch cartoon movies, for kids.
Yeah.
Like, this whole cinema is filled with kids and shit. I mean, what's surprising about that? I'll take my grandmother. Look, that's sus.
Make it look normal.
And what's your thoughts on Cullinane exposing him?
Oh yeah, was that like that was surely premeditated and deliberate, right? Like he's seen that a few times, and he's gone. Next time he goes out, I'm jumping at this. Yeah, because I mean, I assume Justin has the Pornhub bubble on his phone daily, just in case. Like Kirk leaves, Dave leaves a bit earlier. Oh look, there it is.
You know when you open a new window though on your phone, it gives you your most common tabs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all that is. His first two is like Pornhub and OnlyFans or whatever. Like that's the horny fuck. Jeez, that's horny.
I just like how he's like he masturbates a lot. That was the way he started it.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Wasn't he watches a lot of porn? It was, I don't know. He's pretty lonely. Oh yeah, how do you know that, Dave? He goes, he masturbates a lot.
I think Dave did the right thing. I think I would expose that as well.
It turned the show into an A triple plus show. Like
right, that's a good instinct.
Even with B minus Dave on there, it turned it into an A triple plus.
Yeah, I have to side with you guys on this one. I think if you leave your phone unlocked in that environment, as long as you're not really being a dog, like exposing private stuff, like that was fair game. And Cullinane, brings very little for the show, but he is actually quite good when the show's actually like rolling and finding shit like that. It's about one of his only good qualities is you're half decent on mic. And unfortunately, he knows it as well, which makes it worse.
He's getting good with the drops.
He's getting good with the drops, yeah.
Getting very good with the drops.
They're fucking really loud, but otherwise,
That's true. He showed some signs of improvement with that. Absolutely.
Oh, going a little bit off KMS. Do you guys listen to the Unnamed show?
Yeah, all the time. Absolutely.
Fucking whoever controls the audio on that, there were like 3 episodes in a row where Ryan Whitney was as muted as could possibly be. Like he wasn't even talking. I'm like, who the fuck?
I tweeted it out. I put a tweet out about that. He was unlistenable almost.
Because you hear Dave and you hear Kirk and then Ryan chimes in, but you can't hear him.
Like, and I think what these dummy producers don't realize is that a lot of these streaming softwares, like StreamYard or whatever they use for the Unnamed show, it will actually equalize the audio when it broadcasts a lot of the time. But when you then convert it to an audio format, usually it's not equalized. So you can have that. I was literally walking around, and when Whitney would come on, I couldn't hear him. So I had to turn it off. Because, and the thing is, that takes 3 minutes in Adobe Audition, like maybe even less. Like you just put it in there, you click a button, and it will equalize it out for you. So that is like producing 101.
Barstool producers are really incompetent though.
I mean, look at Coleman.
Look at
Coleman was like the best to come out of that.
Nah, Hank Lockwood's the best that's come out of Barstool producers.
He hasn't produced in like 4 years.
But he was the best. PMT has been the best forever, but except when they guess on.
I think KFC's brother's also a producer there as well.
Nepotism higher.
Too sad no one listened to that show.
Sometimes I forget that KFC is even still there and doing content.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure if you're a fan of him, you listen to his show every once a week or whatever they do, but he's like K Marco to me now. Like just drifted off. Occasionally he's on the rundown if I watch it. But like, yeah, he didn't even get as much as the rest either. Like,
and it's sad because I like Feidelberg.
Yeah, Fights is the best. Fights needs to find another show to be on to be hilarious. Like maybe Son of a Boy Dad, because that's a good show too.
Mayo sent me a message that he thought Big Cat called into Manners Live the other night. He said we got an 860 area code, and he was like, it sounded like Big Cat. And I haven't gone back and listened to it. But my gut feeling is Big Cat did not call into Manners Live. That's my gut feeling.
I mean, maybe he's trying to get back in Kirk's good graces, although I think we're going to find out in Surviving Barstool that it's not as bad as...
Don't talk about surviving here, Jamie, because Manners is going to get really upset.
No, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not a surviving hater. I've just said it's not really for me. That's all. I've a couple of times.
How are you not into it?
I can't work out why I'm not into it actually, because I like the people. Like, I know a lot of the people involved, friends with some of them, and that that makes it more interesting. But I tried to watch the first couple, and I just don't like sort of the contrived, childish content. Like, I don't really need to see, 50-year-old guys play these stupid games while Jeff D'Lo is kind of shouting at them. It's just not for me. But I can totally see why people like it. I can 100% see why people like it.
I mean,
Go on.
Kirk's bucket and then that very humble celebration, as he told everyone afterwards. Very humble. We've been humble here.
It's a sickness
and also
to
just
do, me.
Everyone else finding out that Dave Portnoy is a total scumbag. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, you guys must be new here. But yeah, my takeaway.
Yeah, why don't you take why don't you take the Shark Minahan angle and just watch it for your movies and your Kelly Keegs and your.
I tried to watch it. I just, in the end, I've got better things to spend my time with than watching Surviving Barstool. It's just a personal choice.
Also love how Kirk sort of made it seem like he was the one who came up with the Megan throwing muffins saying, when really it was Whit straight away. Like,
Whit, who's got a cannon. That's just anyway. Yeah.
I don't see what people were whinging about his legs. They were fine. Like, welcome back to the Surviving Barstool review show.
Yes. Yeah.
I do think it's crazy they don't have a proper recap show. It's for a content factory like Barstool. My idea would be so good. You have a panel of 3 Barstool people who weren't involved with the show in any way, and they record reactions to show straight after every live episode.
And it's so simple. It's Brandon Walker, KB, and Nick Tarani. That's who you want. Because Brandon, who desperately wanted to be on the show, the only reason Dave put Ben Mintz last minute was because he knew it would piss Brandon off. And Nick and KB are fucking hilarious. You do that after every show. They have the person who was eliminated that night come on. It's the best. But you're right.
Funnily enough, I think it'd actually be perfectly hosted by KFC.
Yeah, and because he wasn't involved, was he? So, and
Dave's reason, I just didn't think he'd be interested in doing it. Like,
fair enough, by the way.
Yeah, well, that draft day thing, he fucking ruined it. Like, he just didn't give a shit. They flew him out there for no reason. So, Dave made the right call there, and he's, a content zero.
Do you reckon? I don't know. Like, so KFC sort of is on the outs a bit. Like, he's not as close to Dave and Big Cat as they. Like, Dave and Big Cat are very close, and sort of KFC's on the outer. And also, Dave and Big Cat's careers really took off, whereas Big KFC's kind of stalled. Yep. Is that kind of the dynamic?
Pretty much, yeah. KFC stuck with what he did, like the KFC radio, being about comedy and all that type of stuff. Whereas,
he's the comedy guy at Barstool.
Big Cat rebranded into like going the way the sort of the market and the trends were going, and they've taken off. And the Yak helps. The Yak being as good as it is, PMT being as huge as it is, that facility in Chicago just being as awesome as it is, it was all set up for him to succeed. Dave, I don't think Dave gives a shit about the New York office anymore. As do most of the fans, if you read the comments on Still Scenes.
I sit next to someone at the cricket press box who's a massive PMT fan. Massive. And doesn't, but he just says he loves Big Cat. He loves him.
I'm a Max Delente fan. Big Cat's good, Max Delente is the best.
Yeah.
Anytime Philly lose, that's got to be the number 1 rated podcast for that week when Philly losing anything. Welcome back to the PMT review show.
Barstool. This is the Barstool segment.
This is the Barstool rundown.
So I guess questions from the chat, guys. If now's your chance, if you want to put in a question. Obviously, Jimmy Carter passed away overnight, Australian time, 100 years old, brought up the ton. Does that mean Mutt gets a chance at coming back? No, because Kirk made it clear it wasn't going to be Jimmy Carter. So again, just another.
He's been dead for months, so
yeah. Like, Mutt's career's dead, and Jimmy Carter's actually dead. That's what's happening.
I don't know if you can see this question, Manners, from Dave Scott. It says, "Manners, you looked up the Teen Titans and wanked one, didn't you?"
I didn't want to.
I was going to leave that one.
Weird way to say jerked off, but
Of course I didn't. I'm not really a big porn guy, actually, but it ain't. It ain't Teen Titans, that's for sure.
Virat Kohli got out in the cricket earlier today, guys. That's what he's been off to tonight.
More likely. Dave Scott, Menace, how are the ladies treating you? Any dates recently? I just went through that before.
Mm-hmm.
Going really well.
Many.
It's really good being single too. When you've been married for 20 years and have to run every decision by someone, when all of a sudden you don't have to do that, it's very empowering. So they're going really well. Greg, is this show on at the same time day each week? No,
absolutely.
This one?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a sort of a once a month show. I think we've roughly got there. If you average them out,
right,
since they've restarted.
Yeah, because we did a couple in like a month there, and then we had like
there was
a break.
It wasn't 3 months. We haven't done a show for like 4 to 6 weeks. I've been podcasting a lot about the cricket every day.
Yeah,
almost.
This is your on season, so
yeah. Indian fans love it, absolutely love it. Do you watch any of those, Jackson?
I do. Why are you making me plug your fucking show here?
He just wants to hear it. He wants other people to hear it.
Dave Scott,
show.
do you use protection? Of course, I'm all about safe sex.
Really? At the age of the ladies Manners is sleeping with, he doesn't need to. He's safe.
Actually, I did sleep with one girl who was like, "Oh, we don't need to use a condom." And I was like, "Do you want to have a baby, or is this a trap?" That's my first thing. But she said she was on the pill. So I haven't heard from her since.
You just got to take their word for it.
Yeah, you just got to believe the random person you picked up.
Correct.
I think it's a bit different though when you're a guy my age. It's more. There is a chance someone's like get pregnant, then he has to look after me and the kid.
Yeah, they're going to be desperate.
But yeah,
Justin will never have to worry about that.
Well, yeah, he's lucky.
I just love the reaction on that show when he's like, age range 18 to 99. I'm going to have to lower that. And they all thought the exact same thing.
Dave Scott is asking good questions. Man, what are the odds you are the full-time producer when Cullinane moves to the case? What are your demands to take the job? I mean, we've been through this many times.
Correct.
I would say the odds of me being employed by KMS by the end of 2025 are better than 60%.
Oh,
I think it'll be more likely second half of 2025. But
Shark Minahan, get on it. Get the odds. Producer once Dave leaves.
Okay, both you guys, because I don't really actually I do know.
It's not even close. I know Roscoe's a big Rio guy. That's why he's.
So it's Rhea or making money. Rhea's much hotter, isn't she?
No.
Megan throwing muffins. All day, every day.
Money making money.
Money making money.
No, like I've said, like Megan is she's like the beautiful Southern wife, you know. She just happens to also have,
she loves football and stuff.
Nice she's
settled
she's
for
perfect.
Marty.
The question
Rhea
is more: is it Megan
Marty.
or is it Keegs? That's the question.
See, this is something that's been going through my mind. Like, I never really was interested in Keegs, didn't find her entertaining or attractive at all. But I don't know, man. I'm slowly turning over. I'd still go Megan throwing muffins in that. But, Keegs is coming back. She's making a comeback.
Yeah, who was tweeting out videos of Keegs being naked? Oh, no, that was a DM, wasn't it? Didn't Jackson, we're in a group with you, me, Joe, and Tim, and he sends in like photos of Kelly Keegs stripping that is clearly because people post her OnlyFans shit.
Yep.
And we were like, you realize like Joe's in here. We've lost Jackson. We've lost him.
Oh, the internet's got him. Yes.
I was like, why I was like, why is he being so quiet? And he's going to hate this because we're going to do.
PRC's got his next segment for PRC Live, like Saturday Night Live, but better.
No, he
Roscoe,
did really
you
well. We
crazy.
got an hour and 10 minutes in without.
We got a lot out of him, yeah. That was a huge. That's amazing, actually, to be honest. And that was the first time it's had a single issue. Like he hadn't had.
I wasn't looking because I'm all right. So Jackson. I don't know if he's back, but that's Kelly. I'm a
Roscoe's
big fan
crazy.
of Kelly.
Like
I'm a big fan
Rhea
of
is
Kelly.
attractive. Rhea is attractive, but she's nowhere near Megan throwing muffins. Like it's just not possible.
So that's I like Kelly. I like I'm a big fan of redheads. Huge fan. In fact,
The voice is good too. Like
it's almost ultimate fantasy for me as a redhead. And she's got those crazy eyes.
Yep. Look at them.
So she's pretty hot. Then we've got Megan making money. I mean, she's a very attractive woman, but
Look at her. Like that's just
no way she's hotter than Keegs. No way. Absolutely.
That's not her best photo, right? You got one of Kelly Keegs' best photos. You need to get more. Like check out Megan Making Money's Instagram page. That's all.
I'm sure she can look. That's from Instagram. I'm sure.
Yeah, I know, but like there's more there. Like
okay, I'm sure she can.
You should ask me. I've got some great photos.
But do you see what we're doing here, though? We're not mentioning Rhea in the conversation.
Here we go. He's Rhea.
Just a lesson.
Now, I have to say,
why do you put her best possible photo up and you put like just a random one from Megan Making Money? Like,
okay, I'm gonna find another one.
Like, just a random. I'll throw this up here. Like,
I thought she looked good in it.
she's been easily
not
the
my
hottest on
fault.
the show.
Easily the hottest on the show.
Like the Barstool.
Are you looking at her
Survivor.
Instagram? There's no hot photos here.
Nah, you're not looking properly. You got to dig.
Oh Jesus! Okay, I've actually found one. Perverts.
Pull it up.
I will.
Pull it up.
Pull up. You mean the photo or something else?
I'm gonna pull it out.
¿Por qué no las dos?
I'm saving all these photos. This is multitasking.
Dr. Phil Menace has a massive little boner again.
These poor women watching now. And then okay, so that's Megan. Another shit.
Done.
We're
done here. We're done here.
I'm done. I would still.
Megan,
imagine that making you sandwiches.
I would go Kelly, then I would go Rhea, then I would go Megan. But if like they're all,
my God.
Very attractive women.
Jackson, we need to do a show on the network just ranking the Barstool women. Like, I'm sure that will
that'll
go really well.
Yeah, that'll go real well. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Two creeps from Australia.
That's a great outfit.
Speak for yourself.
That's a great outfit that Megan's got on there. Just lift that skirt and dress up. Anyway,
Right,
Yeah,
let's
give
not
me
make it
more
creepy.
thoughts, please.
Let's not make it creepy.
Tim hates hot chicks.
It's true.
Menace has a massive little boner again. Not really.
Contradicting
actually.
massive little boner.
Yeah.
We call that a chode.
Anyway. Well, I think any more questions from the chat before we wrap this up? Anything you two want to talk about?
When's the show coming back?
Didn't they say 2nd of January?
Okay, good. Because I got 2 days off and then I'm fucking like 11 days straight again. So I need something to
Isn't that
fucking
Friday?
listen to.
This fucking loser. Look at this fucking loser. Can we
Shout out
like?
Flax. You know he's in the chat.
I was just going to ask that. You going to simulcast that now that the two networks are combined?
I mean, he's welcome on my network. I told you I'm being collaborative.
Shout out Fax and the Gators. Chomp chomp.
Facts. I was trying to figure out, like, okay, everybody calls it.
Let's put it. Can we just put it on for a minute and make fun of it? Let me just set this up. You guys vamp, please.
Yeah, well, don't show me because apparently I've lost my sense of humor. Fucking Kane. Kane stinks.
Where did you go? Your
I
internet just cut out? Like,
my phone overheated.
oh. It was doing so well too. You got like
Just
an
don't
hour and
worry
5
about it,
minutes.
yeah. Take it easy. Don't worry about it.
Became the host, which was a weird move,
Hear him?
but like
Unfortunately,
I wanted to have gone out. No one else was really stepping up, so I
Here we
think
go.
it was good times.
nice haircut, loser.
But now it's kind of
He
like,
does look good.
as
Is
Kirk
that red
said,
hair?
last week, Freddie kind of taken over that Mike in the Minifan spot with his fireside
You're like
chat
2 weeks
because,
late, you fucking
like,
idiot.
objectively, the show
Get in
is,
the chat.
Like,
Try and see if he's
Freddie
reading the chat.
knows basically from what I've seen more than
Distracted.
anybody else about KMS, other than like the Stacy from Madawaska's phone
Is Fax salty?
Twitter account who
He's
kills it in
broken-hearted.
trivia
He's a
all the time as
broken
well.
man.
But Freddie has fireside chats. He talks with Minifans about older moments too. It kind of gets everybody integrated. It's entertaining for
Jeez,
me to
you're
watch
boring.
versus
You're just so boring.
Mike and the
Everything you talk about
Minifans,
is
like,
boring facts.
I can only do so much, but I mean, I still had a
Imagine
great
he's
time
got
doing
us
it.
in
Still
his
had a
ear.
great time hosting it.
I
and,
do a great time hosting it. You killed the
thank you to
fucking
John
show.
for letting me
And
do
it
it, 'cause
took
we had
Kirk
good times, but now we
literally
kind of get
to intervene
to
for
the
you to stop
2025
this.
era of the restructuring of the network and
fucking
shows,
moron.
because
Dave Scott's got a
also
good
at the
question in
same
chat.
time
Is
that we're
Justin
getting
trying to get a
this
girlfriend this year?
new era of like Freddie kind of giving us the review of the shows. We're also trying
Sorry, Dan, we're
to
listening.
do this like merger of the networks.
Here we go.
And to me, that's it makes sense, but at the same time, how it's going to work out, I don't know if it's going to make sense at the end of the day.
Oh, geez, your boy.
Based on the
speaking
result,
more like
because
cliched platitudes.
right
you
away,
fucking idiot.
obviously, Menners is saying, "Oh, I want these shows here," and
not doing
then
that.
eventually, I'll have my A tier and B tier. It's still
I
like
didn't say
No, that was
my
John.
problem with
That's
it
what
is
John
that they're
said.
It was
dividing
John,
it
fact
between two
check.
channels still. Whereas I think, me personally, I think we could just do it on one.
Yeah, because
I
you
think
want to
if
be
we
on the
just did it on
Barstool
one
channel
channel,
because you're a
it would just
fucking
be
clout
easier.
chasing
Like if
moron.
everyone like
You're just
moved
a little
over to like
fucking
Menner's
dog
channel
that
and
used
that name was
KMS,
changed
that
not
used
to
KMS
reflect
to try and
Menner's
get a
name,
job, get
because
into Barstool.
he can still do
and
his
now
show
it's
and be his
backfired, you
CEO. I feel
fucking
like that should be
moron.
enough for him. And then maybe he just changes the
Just-
channel to the Minifan Network channel or whatever, so that way we can all do our shows and not really clog up
I take
Kurt's
it
channel
back.
with stuff.
I take it
Because
back.
And can I
I'm
just say that's
literally doing
exactly
it
Take
right now,
it
but
back.
that's
I
just
agree with him
because
entirely.
this show has already been on this network before. No point in moving over till they kind of do
Jake
the
is in
same.
that
But
chat.
at the same time, for the whole negotiation, I'm just gonna do with whatever John does. That's who I'm rocking with. So whatever John says is going on.
Reading your notes, you
That's
fucking
how I'm gonna.
moron.
That's how I'm gonna deal with it.
What do you think of
Hold
that
on,
idea
let me go to
then?
the chat.
If I can mute.
Oh,
you.
did I color my hair? I did not. I did
no,
not
Kim,
nurse Kim.
what are we
I
doing?
did get a buzz cut.
You did-
So now
What
my
the fuck, him?
What's she
Traitor.
doing?
gingerness
She's in the chat.
/ blondness /
Well,
brownness is
I
showing.
mean, we were
Yeah,
just
but yes,
rating
there is
women.
ginger in my family, so I do have a little bit of that
So-
color.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
redhead, we do.
Oh, we didn't mention her.
Yeah,
that's
memes
why.
basically nailed it right there.
Um,
Hopefully the hairline gets a little bit better, but I like the buzz cut. Fucking just way easier to manage.
Such a
Like
military
anyone
guy.
cares, but the comment was there, so I thought I'd fucking talk about
it
it.
should
You're against
happen.
why Nurse Kim likes him?
But yeah, it was a good first year. Mike and the Minifans, it just kind of like we did what we could. I had a great time doing it. Obviously, some people did like it,
Honestly,
and a lot of people didn't. But
yeah, okay, you're right.
no matter
Have
what,
we
it
had
was still
enough
a good
of facts?
time.
I think we
have a
have.
good time on the network, and then
I mean, they're all going to go over there and watch him now anyway. So like,
Yeah,
once
we've
we
lost all
finish.
those. He's so boring. He is so boring, and I dead set. He's. I want him to record reading a book, and I will go to sleep.
Some audibles.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I put on a history book, but just if he read that history book, I reckon I'd be asleep so quickly. Roscoe Menace, did you get to the bottom of the question? Is if Christmas is big in the States? Well, I think Christmas is bigger here because it's our summer holidays. Like it's in a different way. In a different way. I know Coke invented Christmas, so that means America did. But
What?
yeah, I think Coke and the Krauts invented Christmas.
Yeah, that's why everything's red and white, because
Yep.
Coke were the first ones to like brand it as that. Otherwise, it used to be like brown and green. So that's why green
You really
comes in
think?
with red.
You really think Christmas is bigger here than over there?
No, not like bigger, but it's a proper summer holiday here, so it becomes.
Yeah, because they go back to
whole
work and
event.
go back to school and shit. Like we're on holidays. Like
Except you.
Most.
yeah,
Roscoe Menace, do you think Kane reads the chat while he's broadcasting?
see,
Kane and I have had a discussion about this, and I have told him I think you should if for those uninitiated, you can sort of block the chat on StreamYard. And I've said, and that's what I do. I have it turned off for the most of the show. Towards the end, I turn it on, and then I engage with it. But it can get distracting, especially if you read it while you're trying to talk.
And everybody's shitting on you.
Yeah. Christmas in summer sounds awful. Yeah, we do have a thing here called Christmas in July. By the way, it's not awful. So okay, so what's awful
It's a terrible
about
take.
What's awful about getting up on Christmas Day and going to the beach and having a swim? What's awful about having a barbecue in the backyard with a a beautiful bag of prawns, some fresh lobster? What's wrong? So it's absolutely not awful. But
nice barbecue lunch and then
backyard cricket
dinner.
Yeah, it's different. Sure, it's different. But anyway. Okay, well, I reckon we've gone an hour and 20 minutes, probably, 45 minutes too long. So unless you guys have got anything you want to bring up, we'll wrap this up.
Are we going to aim in 2025 to try and do one a month, like be consistent?
I like it.
Yes. Yeah, I think we've been pretty good. And
I was largely to blame. So.
What?
I was largely to blame because of my schedule. So.
We were both thinking that. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah. The inconsistent guy says, let's be consistent.
Since you got this new chick, you haven't been the same.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, Jackson, look, if this is it for you, good luck. It's been great working with you. If you don't make it back from Adelaide.
True.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah.
I might give you my phone number and my, and I'll send you address updates just in case I lose all contact.
Like share your location with me maybe when you hit the road.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good call. Any time you're going out back where there's no service, just question that, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Why are we doing this? It's Adelaide. There's a lot of nothing there, so I'll be there in April. Yeah,
and look, I don't think I'm going to do a show before the end of the year. It's not impossible that I don't try and go for four nights in a row. It's not impossible. But if I don't, I would just like to wish all the Minifans, Happy New Year. 2024 has been a wild ride, and I really appreciate the support that so many Minifans give me, both personally and professionally. It's a beautiful community to be a part of. So Happy New Year, have a great time. Thanks everybody for watching live. Jackson, you take care. See you, Jamie.
See you later, boys. Happy New Year.
See you later.